lot of things wrong with me, I'm sure, but liking horror, that's like, I would put that pretty far down on the rung, honestly. Hello, how are you all? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Peyton, and for this vlog, I'm gonna have the house to myself all weekend, and I'm gonna read some scary books and attempt to scare myself. I feel like I have a pretty high tolerance, especially with reading, like getting scared or creeped out. I picked some books that I think may have a chance to do that. If they don't, whatever. I'm reading horror, and I love reading horror. So the TBR for this video, some books that have been making their way on social media, BookTube, BookTok, what have you. The creators that have read these books have said they scared the crap out of them. They were really scary, and they had to stop reading them at night, or they haven't stopped thinking about them because they freak them out so much. So I have those two books. The first one being Incidents Around the House by Josh Malerman. I've been a really big fan of the other two works that I've read by him, Bird Box and Daphne, which I read for Summerween. I loved it. And this is about, I think it's a 6 or 8-year-old girl, and there's an entity in her home who she refers to as Other Mommy. And I think I'll read this one pretty quickly. Like, the text is pretty large and pretty spaced out, so I think this will be a fairly quick read, over 350 pages. And the second book, which I just found out about, and I think I'm gonna read this one first, and that is William by Mason Coyle. And I think this is about an evil AI. Since I read Artificial Wisdom, and that did freak me out in a different kind of way, not horror, I mean, tomato potato. It did freak me out a little bit, the use of AI in that context, but yeah, AI going batshit, that just gets me. Us as a society, I don't think we're going to learn a lesson with AI and robot, artificial consciousness, stuff like that. I don't think we're going to learn any type of lesson, and it's going to bite us in the ass one day. That's just my opinion. Anyway, I think I'm gonna start with this one first. It is Friday in the afternoon. I have a few things I have to wrap up with work. Darker earlier, and I'm gonna start with this, and I'm pretty excited. And this one's pretty short. It's a little bit over 200 pages, so I'm gonna start with this one. Hopefully get through these this weekend. I might throw in a scary movie I haven't seen yet in the mix too, or I might go see The Substance, which I haven't seen yet. From what I've heard, I don't know if it's gonna scare me. It's probably just gonna make sick to my stomach, but you know, that works too. So it's gonna be a horror-filled weekend. I cannot wait. I mean, I read horror and watch horror all year long, but it's something different in October. It hits different in October. All right, let's do this. Eee! I'm 100 pages into William. It's a little bit over 200 pages. Sorry, I thought I was gonna update y'all sooner. This is a freaky little book, and I'm barely halfway. I feel like with AI stuff, I feel like I shouldn't victim blame. However, I feel like just people, like, you f around and find out. I'm sorry. Holy crap. Okay. William is about a very talented, like highly successful, very talented engineer named Henry. Him and his wife, Lily, live in this smart house, like smart house. Like exactly like that. Everything is voice commanded, opening the windows, closing the doors, locking the doors. Everything is voice automated. Lily and Henry, their relationship's really struggling at the moment. Henry, I think it's been a few years that he has been dealing with some emotional issues, anxiety issues. He is agoraphobic, and he hasn't left the house and really just finds sanctuary in his attic laboratory. His entire mechanical engineering lab tinker area is in the attic of this massive house. And during this time, he has been trying to create a fully conscious AI who he has named William. And he thinks William is finally ready to show, but not really. He's not perfect. He's not exactly ready, but Lily is pregnant, and that is another source of stress. And Henry really wants to get over this agoraphobia. He really wants to show up better. He really wants to be a better husband and show that he can be a good parent and go out into the world and be there for their baby. Lily is very like arm's length with him. She's a lot of it's in Henry's perspective and his inner monologue. It's very self-deprecating, like very down on himself. He really has only interacted with Lily. So Lily invites some old co-workers of theirs over for brunch. And I didn't know this. This would be an amazing read for October because it takes place on Halloween. Like their entire neighborhood is decked out with decorations. There's kids walking by in costumes, except their house. Their house isn't decorated. It's this massive tech house with like no semblance of like holiday. anything. And like they describe like the air, the autumn air, and how crispy it is. It's like perfect. So I'm really glad I picked this up. I had no idea it was set during Halloween. Anyway, Lily invites her two old coworkers over. Henry just wants to show up and kind of show off and show that he is like this very not awkward person and very talented. He just wants to show up in a certain way to impress their guests. And he decides to show them William. As soon as he does, and they are in awe and shock at William, that he can speak and he can have an opinion and ask questions. And it takes a very, very dark and violent turn. I'm only halfway through. The house has decided to lock them all inside, and they're stuck with this AI person. The scary, they describe him, he looks like a person. His whole frame is obviously metal. It's described as like, it looks like they stretch balloon rubber over his face, and his ears are like really massive. His fingers are like really long and like the width of a pencil. Like he just sounds horrifying. His eyes are really big like marbles and they glow. So it's like they're stuck in the house with this fully conscious AI who I think is now controlling all the other tech in the house. I hate it! And also, like, Henry has also been, like, dabbling in, like, making toys and stuff. So there's also, like, dolls. And they have a robotic dog that's, like, the size of a Labrador Retriever. And it's just... It's very fast moving. The chapters are super short. It's just really fast paced. It's really creepy. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's more so just creeping me the out right now than it is like scaring me, but I think it's getting there. I'm gonna pause and make something to eat, make some dinner, probably play a little Last of Us, and then once it gets fully dark outside, I will pick this back up. I'm definitely gonna finish this tonight, for sure. It's a very quick read. Oh, maybe I'll read more than no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm trying to be good and not make big TBRs. I don't want to rush. Even though I'm flying through this, I don't want to rush my reads. But I will check back in a little bit and let you know how William plays out. Ah! Okay, bye. Much later the next day. I did finish William. I really enjoyed it. It's super fast paced. It's really fun. It is creepy. It is really creepy. I wouldn't say I was scared, but I was like super creeped out at a couple points. Maybe I was scared. I don't know why I'm sure. I got a little scared. So this was fun. I really enjoyed this. The ending I did not see coming, so well done, Mason Coyle, because I did not see that coming. If you've read this, did you see the ending coming? Because I didn't. This is just really fun, like sci-fi horror noir. This would make a killer Black Mirror like long form episode. If you like Black Mirror, I think you would like this. But I've been gone most of the day. After I finished this, I stayed up really late playing Last of Us Part 2. I don't even know where I am like percentage wise in the game. I think I'm about 15 hours in out of, I think I looked up, it's like 25 to 30 hours. So I'm like maybe halfway. I don't want to say where I am because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't played the game like me. It's my first run through of Last of Us Part 2. It's emotional. I played the first Last of Us years and years and years ago. But I wanted to play this before the second season of the show comes out, so I'm like up to date. It's gonna be very emotional. Yeah, I like teared up already during like this game, so I'm just like, I can only imagine how upsetting it's gonna be. But anyway, the sun is starting to go down. I slept in. I forgot I had Pilates today, so I went to that. And then I met Luke afterwards and we got a late lunch. And now I just got back and dogs are happy to see me. And it's in the low 60s. I'm wearing a sweater. The leaves are all changing all around. They're crunching. I love it. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm in my element. It's supposed to be a little colder tomorrow, which is great because that's my run day. I'm training for a 5K. I've never run anything in my life, ever. I've just done strength training the past 2 years, and I just got a wild hair and was like, I'm gonna try and run. I'm gonna sign up for something, and now, yeah, I'm doing like the couch to 5K, so tomorrow's my run day. It's gonna be cooler, so that's gonna be good. But tonight, I'm gonna chill for a bit, because I've been gone most of the day. I am going to start, I don't think I'm gonna finish it tonight, but I am going to start Incidents Around the House. God, look at the spacing. I mean, you could finish this. It's just like Daphne, like it's just it's large text and it's like very spaced out. I don't think I'm gonna try to finish this tonight because I know I want to play Last of Us. I have the house to myself and I have the PlayStation to myself. So I am going to start this. Why are these so shiny? Daphne was super shiny too. Just tone down the gloss, Del Rey. Just tone down the gloss just a little bit. I'm really excited about this. I really enjoy Josh Malerman's horror stories, so I'm excited. I have heard mixed things, but I'm going to keep that to myself until I finish the book, because I don't want to speak it out loud because it might sway me. But I'm hoping this is good. I'm hoping it creeps me out. I'm hoping it scares me. All right, let's go do this. Don't I look like a little ghoul this morning? I'm about to go on my run, and I wanted to give you all a little update on Incidents Around the House. I'm about 100 pages in. I'm enjoying it so far. It's reminding me of something and I can't put my finger on it. Incidents Around the House follows a family, 2 parents, Russ and Ursula, and their daughter Bella. It's all told from Bella's perspective. She's 8 years old. I can totally see why people wouldn't like this because, I mean, it's over 300 pages. I think it's a lot for the perspective of an 8-year-old to carry, if that makes sense. I personally don't mind it because I really liked Room by Emma Donoghue, which is the same... not the same premise at all, but it's all told from the boy's perspective and he's very young. So Bella has been seeing, and her parents have kind of just shoved it off as like a phase, imaginary friend, whatever. Bella, what she thinks is an imaginary friend, but it's becoming a more sinister entity in the house that she calls Other Mommy. And Other Mommy constantly asks Bella, can I go inside your heart? She used to only stay in the closet, and now she's venturing farther and farther out in the house, and Bella's seeing her like at the playground and freaking the hell out of her parents. There just came a time where the mom has finally seen Other Mommy and is describing her as this very tall person who looks somewhat like her, but not, like more horrifying. Long black hair, very hairy arms, just really scary looking. Bella is going back and forth like, should I just tell her yes? Because that would protect my mom and dad. That would protect everyone. Everyone would stop being so scared. And it's really freaking her parents out. Things happened and now they went to a friend's house and they don't want to go back to the house and Russ wasn't there. So he's like, oh, it's probably nothing. Like, come on, like, there's nothing there. Like, this is getting ridiculous. So, and there's an aspect I didn't expect in this book, which is I think is making it a little more interesting to follow. There's like a domestic aspect to it, which is Bella is very perceptive, like most kids are, about what adults are talking about, what adults are feeling, their expressions. Bella like worries she's scaring people and making people upset because of their facial expressions. And when Bella's asleep and her parents come to tuck her in at night, her parents are both like, so far I've been like, her mom especially has been drinking a lot and will come in to like tuck Bella in when she thinks Bella's asleep and is unloading all this information onto her. The same with her dad. And it's a lot for like a 8-year-old to process, so there's that element of it too. And I didn't expect that, and it's making it a little less campy and goofy for me. It's making it a little bit more realistic in that aspect. So about 100 pages in, it is freaky. I'm not scared yet. I have quite a bit to do today, so I'm probably not gonna be able to read this till later tonight. Luke will be back, so we actually might watch a scary movie. I don't know what. I've seen like everything. So I might put one that has scared me before that Luke hasn't seen. I recently showed him the first Hell House and he did enjoy it. And I think it's the fourth one, Hell House Origins. Ooh, that one I watched it last year, scared the crap out of me. I had to get up and lock the door. Luke was I think he was at a show, so he wasn't gonna be home till late, and I was so scared. Oh, I was so scared. So maybe that'll be the move, or I'll just keep reading more of this. So we'll see. But it's chilly out. I have a long sleeve on. It's the first time I've ran with a long sleeve. I have shorts on. I might regret the shorts. I might regret the shorts. We'll see. But I did want to show you, I got a new tattoo, and I haven't shown you guys since I had the second skin on it. I took it off and it was really angry. So I've been letting it heal and cool down, but I think I can show you guys. So hold on. So this is the new one. My medieval night lady. I don't know how well you can see, but you know, she's still healing a little bit. But yeah, it's the second time I got my shin done. It hurts like hell, just FYI, but this one's not done yet. She still has to go in with color. But yeah, that's my tattoo. Okay, but let's go for a run. Entering week 2 of my 5K training. So let's go. It's a few days later. I did finish Incidents Around the House. I thought it was meh. I'm sorry. I think it had potential to be really cool and freaky, and it just didn't do it for me. By the end, I was just like, I want more, I want more, I want more. I don't know, the lore behind the entity, I guess, wasn't for me very fleshed out. Well, again, it's all from Bella's perspective, so maybe like she just doesn't understand. But even when the adults are talking and trying to explain it, I just thought it was very lazy. This reminded me of like a PG version of Paranormal Activity. Like, I don't know. It started off like pretty creepy and I was like, oh man, because I really like the Paranormal Activities movies. The second and third one I really like. So I was like, oh, is this what this is? Like, that's really cool. And it kind of flopped for me. I thought it was meh. And it's just like one of those books I'm like, did we all read the same book? Because so many people say it's the scariest book they've ever read, scariest book of the year. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought I'm bummed. Actually, Daphne and Bird Box freaked me out so much more than this did. And now I'm curious to read his other books to see what his backlog will do for me. I thought this was fine. Nothing to write home about. I personally didn't think it was scary. Bella also read, she's supposed to be 8, but I thought she read much younger. And if you've read this, let me know what you thought. But I thought she read more like she was 5 or 6. I guess because I know, like, I have nieces and nephews who are that age, and Bella just seemed so young. Anyway, that's that. But before I talk about the other books I'm going to read, I know I said I was going to do 2, but they're both novellas because I just really want to be freaked out. And William did freak me out. Anyway, I'll talk about that in a second, but I just realized I haven't had a chance to talk about this because I've done more of like sit-down videos or like list videos, and like the last vlog I did, I was still in the process of waiting to hear back about what I'm going to talk about, so I didn't want to say anything yet, and explain more about like what's going on with me. If you've been watching my vlogs, you know I've kind of had an up and down summer, an up and down 6 months really, and it's no secret that I have anxiety. I have severe anxiety. I've had depression for a long time. I go to therapy, blah blah. Anyway, it's just been rough for me. It's been rough, mainly having to do with my work life. I've just felt, since the beginning of the year, I've just felt really stuck and very, I don't know, stagnant with my job. But if I'm really honest with myself, I felt this way since probably COVID, early days of COVID when we were like mostly on Zoom, that I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I just felt kind of unsure about my career path. I work in corporate. I'm not going to go too much into it on here just because I want to have some semblance of privacy, but I do work in a corporate environment. I used to be all about climbing the ladder ladder and, you know, next thing. And when I moved here and I was really content with my job and I really liked my coworkers, which is still the case. I really like what I get to work on. I love my team so much. It's just, I think it's a combination of just feeling extremely burnt out, tired, not really fully getting a chance to recoup before we're moving on to another big project. And just like, I felt very stuck, like the same level. There's not a lot of advancement opportunities at my current job, like at all, the whole time I've been there. And that's just been something I thought I was really passionate about, was just, I need to get to the next step. And I've tied up a lot of self-worth with that, unfortunately. Anyway, back to bad news. I was contacted by a recruiter for working at another company in their corporate position. It would be a level up, it would be a promotion. I went through the first 2 phases of the hiring process, like interviews on Zoom, and then they gave me a project to do. I did the project. I thought I did a really good job. Looking back, I was like, maybe I played it a little safe, but I thought I did a pretty good job, and I didn't get selected to move forward to that process. And I think I'm pretty sure I knew, like, because in my experience, the longer you don't hear from the recruiter, the more likely it is you aren't moving forward. And it took them a month to get back to me, which is the longest I've ever had to wait for a yes or no, which really sucked, if I'm honest. They said there were people out of office, but I think I knew that I wasn't going forward. My reading slump was going on at the same time, and it was just like, I was really irritable and just was rotting a lot at night. I wasn't reading. I wasn't really doing anything productive. And I was so stressed, and then I finally heard back and I was so upset and down on myself. Yeah, so that happened, and then another recruiter reached out to me, and then I didn't move forward with that interview, and I'm just like, well, rejection sucks. I think because I've had so much self-worth tied up in my day job and my work, my portfolio, and my career, that any type of rejection I've just taken so devastatingly. But I've like thought about it, and this has been a conversation I've had in therapy and with Luke, with close friends. I'm like, I don't know if I even want to be in this industry anymore. I don't, and it's like so scary because I don't know what I would do otherwise. I have 10 years in this industry, and starting over is so scary. It's so scary. But I'm just like, will I regret staying in this industry in, like, say, the next 10-20 years? And because Luke asked me that, and I automatically said yes. But I don't know what the other thing is that I would do otherwise. I don't know what the shift would be. I don't know what the change would be. So I think I'm just going to really have a deep think the next few months into the new year and figure out what I really want to do, because I don't know if this is it anymore. And that's hard to say out loud because, yeah, you spent so much blood, sweat, and tears for it to just feel like, for you to just feel so unhappy. And that's what I feel really unhappy. And I don't want to cry. This is why I didn't do my makeup, because I didn't want to cry. It's just really hard. It's just really hard to know what that thing is that I'm supposed to do with the rest of my life. Because I have so many, that's my problem. It's not a problem, but I guess it is, because I have so many interests that I can't just pick one thing to change and feel confident that I won't change my mind in like a few years. So it's just like, it's just been multiple rejections over the past 6 months that it just feels like, why do I even bother applying? And like, I have this other recruiter reach out to me and I sent them my stuff, but I'm just like, I'm so beat down, deflated. I'm so deflated that I'm just like, I'm not holding my breath for anything right now. I think I just really need to focus on what I want to do, or what my change would be. Like, in my dream perfect Peyton world, I would love to like open a bookstore, like a craft store, like a bookstore where you could like hang out and knit, and read, and just like a nice, cozy, welcoming space. I don't know the ins and outs of running a brick and mortar store, so I'm like, is that it? And that would be nice, but I'm also like, I don't know if that's it either. I've thought about going back to school, but I don't know what I would focus on, and I feel a lot. I have a lot of big feelings, and sometimes I don't know what to do with all of them, and then I just cry. This is some accountability. I'm talking to you guys. This is some accountability that I have got to get my shit in gear. Because I don't know, I'm definitely been guilty of just been waiting for something to happen, and that's not how things work. I should have started with this. I'm a big believer in things happen for a reason. I am, as cheesy as that sounds, I really am. Because, like, before I came to Minneapolis, like 4 months before I got the job here, I interviewed for a job I like thought I really, really wanted. I'd been working towards this company for a while and I didn't get it. And I was so devastated by it. But then a few months later, I got a call about a job here and I came and interviewed. I didn't know one person here. I had no family nearby. I was like, why not? I'll do it. And I did get the job. I moved here. And if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have met Luke. I wouldn't have bought this house. I wouldn't have had a safe space for my pets. I wouldn't have met the great friends I've met. There's so many positives that get lost when I get like this. And when you get so much bad news, it's hard to focus on positives and like, okay, well, these things didn't happen because there's something else coming that I need to just be patient for and work towards too. That's what's been going on. That's the whole, I'll probably edit this down a little bit. But that's what's been going on. Got a lot of rejection this summer. Feeling really unsure about what to do next. I need to take time to figure that out. But yeah, that's that. Thanks for listening to me talk about that. But books. I think I'm gonna switch things up. I've read... Why? It's a f***ing Kia Soul. Why would you do that? Maybe because it's a Kia Soul. I don't know. Because I really enjoyed William. And the last book that freaked me out, not terrified me, but really freaked me out, was Artificial Wisdom, which was a sci-fi thriller that I loved. So I think I'm gonna switch things up. I have 2 novellas. One I totally forgot about because I pre-ordered it and it arrived today. But I'm going to start with The Scourge Between Stars by Ness Brown. This is a sci-fi horror. It's pretty short and I'm like 3 pages in, so I don't have a ton to say about it yet, but it's about acting captain Jacqueline Albright on the spaceship who's traveling back towards Earth after a failed mission to recolonize this distant planet. So they're tucking their tail between their legs and going back to Earth. Like, there's worry about starvation and running out of fuel and all this other stuff. The crew's reaching their breaking point, but then something starts to happen. Crew members start getting picked off, residents start getting picked off one by one, and Jacqueline has to figure out what the hell is going on. And it's just, yeah, that's the cover. Don't open the door. So it's pretty short. I'm pretty excited about this because I just want to mix things up a little bit. And the next book I'm actually really excited about. I've heard really good things about. Initial reviews have been pretty good so far, so I'm happy. This is, if you've been watching my channel, an author I've really fallen in love with, his horror stuff. Nat Cassidy's new novella, Rest Stop. Pretty short too, I think. I actually there's not like a synopsis on the back, but I think this is about a guy who gets stuck in a rest stop and there's things trying to get in and he's trying to keep them out. I think that's what this is about, but I'm super excited. I've really enjoyed Nat Cassidy's work. I've not read anything short form from him, and I know he has a new novel coming out in 2025. We're gonna try these. Get scared. I don't have any plans today. I get my nails done. I don't want to do anything except rest and read because I have my longer run tomorrow that I'm really nervous about. Me and Luke just signed up for a half marathon and a 10K in April. So I need to get my butt outside, and well, we have the 5K in less than a month. We have my first 5K race ever. I know it's just 3 miles, but for someone who's never run before, I'm in week 3 of my training. Yeah, I have my run tomorrow, but today I'm just going to rest and relax and read some horror. I'm gonna start with Scourge. God. Scourge. I just want to say Scourge. I'm gonna start with the Scourge. The Scourge Between Stars. I'm gonna start with this. I'm so sorry. It's just like there's some words that you just can't say, and I guess this is one of them. Anyway, I'm gonna start with this, but I will update you when I'm halfway through. I'll stop halfway and give you some thoughts. Okay, change of plans. I did get my nails done. It's like dark red, black cat's eye. It's fun. It's super fun. I'm only 20 pages into, I'm not even gonna say the title again, this book. I'm already getting like a really strong sense of dread and urgency with it. It's reminding me a lot of Alien, the Alien franchise, a lot. Jacqueline, who is the acting captain on this ship, her mom had died years before. She was basically raised on this ship. They were heading towards another planet to colonize, and then that wasn't feasible for reasons I'm not sure of yet. So they are heading back to Earth, but there's a lot of high tension right now on whether or not they have enough supplies to get there. So Jacqueline is acting as captain because her father is indisposed. He's not answering the door. He is not coherent. And so she has stepped up to help because they really need someone to take charge right now. And they got a really weird distress signal from another ship that said, "Don't open the door." And it was like really staticky and scratchy, but the only thing they could make out was, "Don't open the door." So yeah, that's weird. It's a little stressful. But yeah, so far so good. I'm having a change of plans. I convinced Luke to go see Terrifier 3 with me. So it's been out for a couple weeks now. I saw the first 2 last year. They're wild. They're like the extreme horror movies. They're pretty brutal, and it's all practical effects, which I really like. The rough edges I've always really liked about it, and a lot of people don't like it, but I really like it a lot. There's some character about it. Anyway, the third one's set during Christmas time, and I got Luke to watch the first one with me like 2 days ago, and he's still house sitting, so he started the second one. I don't know if he's finished it, but we're going to go see Terrifier 3. And I think it's just part of the like Luke brought this up, it's probably part of the marketing that Terrifier 3, like, people have walked out, they've been horrified, they've been ill, and I'm like, it's the third one. Have you seen the first 2? They are not tame. They are pretty, if you know, you know. Like the first one, like they go there. You don't know if they're gonna go there, but then they go there. When I first saw Terrifier, and you know what scene I'm talking about, I was like, no, they're not. Is he? Are they? No, they're not gonna do no. And then, yeah, they did it. Second one turns up to 20. Like, it takes it to a whole nother level, and to me it got a little, one scene in particular was really excessive and it made me a little nauseous, but again, like, I watch so much horror and up shit. I'm on TikTok probably too much, but woman who posted the TikTok saying if you like horror movies and enjoy horror movies, there's something wrong with you. And she is getting, oh, you messed with the wrong community. I mean, I think horror fans are almost as intense, if not more intense, than Swifties. I said it. There are a lot of things wrong with me, I'm sure, but liking horror, that's like, I would put that pretty far down on the rung, honestly. So I'm gonna go pick up Luke. We're gonna go see Terrifier 3. I'm pretty stoked, and I'm very fortunate that he wants to. I was gonna go by myself, but he wants to go with me, and he's watching he watched the second one for me to be prepared for the third one. I'm a lucky lady. Check back in a bit. Hey y'all. Wanted to give a quick little update before I went on my run. I'm entering week 3 of Couch to 5K, and I think I've caught the running bug, because not only have we signed up for the 5K, we signed up for a 10K and a half in April. Exciting! But yeah, I've been having fun with it so far. Anyway, I wanted to update you on Terrifier 3. I mean, I feel like each movie turns it up a notch, or 3 or 4 notches, so this was no different. I really liked it. I had a lot of fun with it. I think the order that I like them in, I think I like the second one, Terrifier 2, the most, Terrifier 3, and then Terrifier. I mean, I don't think they're scary. Like 95% of the movie or 90% of the movie is just like insane kills. Yeah, but I liked it. It's set during Christmas, and it gave me all like cozy Christmas vibes. The cinematography was really good, and like the set design, it just felt like 90s Christmas. Yeah, and then some insane gore and blood. I'm about 50, now I'm 60. I'm 60 pages into the SCOURGE Between Stars. Still really liking it. It is creeping me out. And it's so funny, like the AI aspect, because there's an android on the ship, there's multiple. And there's one in particular that is causing some issues that I'm like, oh man. But there's also something else on board. I like the main character, Jacqueline, a lot. So yeah, I'm going to go for my run, shower up, and then finish that book. I think I can finish it. I'm pretty sure I can finish it and then start rest stop, because I don't really have any other plans today. I stayed up a little late after I got back from Terrifier 3 and was playing The Last of Us Part 2. That's like taking over my nights is playing The Last of Us Part 2. I don't want to say where I am in the game because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but I'm like, I would say 20 hours in. So I think I'm getting close to the end. It's gonna be a wild season 2. Holy crap. All right, I'll see you all in a bit. I finished The Scourge Between Stars. This ended up being really good. I was really unsure, probably the first 50-60% of the book, like, okay, what's going on? Like, I don't know, like it wasn't like gripping me that much. And then something very unexpected with the plot happened. And then I was like, oh wow. It all came together, I feel like, really well, and it was really entertaining. I liked the characters. I thought the story was just like a little fine, but I enjoyed this so much more than I thought I would. Definitely enjoyed it more than Incidents Around the House. Really entertaining, really fast paced, especially like the last, I would say 30%. I do wish it had been scarier. I feel like this could have been a lot scarier. I don't know if I wish it would have been longer, because I mean, I think it already suffered a little bit with some pacing issues, but this ended up being like super entertaining and super great, and I can't wait to see what Ness Brown does next. This is their debut. I love Jacqueline Albright, the main character, a lot. So Rest Stop is next. I fell asleep on the couch after I finished this. So I was gonna be like a little power nap. I fell asleep for over an hour. I'm gonna make something to eat. I really want to play more Last of Us. I'm sorry. It's like the problem with being a reader and a gamer girly. It's been months since I've really gotten into a game, because honestly I've been playing Elden Ring on and off for like 2 years, so Last of Us is just taking up so much of my brain space, and I know I'm gonna have such a game hangover when I'm done with it. So I really want to play that. But I do want to start Rest Stop tonight. It's about the same, it's a little bit shorter. It's 130 some pages. So I do want to start it tonight. Maybe I'll do that and go to bed with that book. Anyway, we'll check back later. To outro the video, I did finish Rest Stop. There's so much, like with Mary, how I felt about Mary and Nestlings, like there's so much more than just the horror story going on with the main characters. Like there's so much depth to them and what they're dealing with. Like this main character's dealing a lot with his religious identity. His grandmother, who's in the hospital that he's going to go see, who's just had a stroke, talking about her heritage and where she came from, and World War II, and surviving the Nazis, and how hard she is on him. And he's kind of this deadbeat musician who doesn't really have a lot of drive, and he waited too long to ask his friend out that he had a crush on. Now she's dating a bandmate, and there's like some tension with them and their subpar band. It goes a lot deep into like what he's been dealing with, besides him getting absolutely terrorized for 95% of this book by horrible thing after more horrible thing, and then something more horrible. I loved it. It was like a very intense 130 pages. It was a very intense ride. Really loved it. Cannot wait for his new book next year. Let's talk about the other books I did read during this. Let's go backwards. Really enjoyed The Scourge Between Stars by Ness Brown. I cannot wait to read more from this author. I think it had a lot of great elements. It did creep me out. Could have been scarier. Oh, sorry. Rest Stop was really freaky. Rest Stop was really freaky in a few parts, like really surprisingly. And then this, like, really enjoyed it. Super great. The ending really surprised me. Had a lot of fun with this one. Incidents Around the House, it just wasn't for me. It just didn't do it for me, unfortunately. It's a big bummer. I do want to read more of his backlog though, because maybe I'll feel differently about his other work, but I know some people are saying this is their favorite horror of the year, and it scares them so much. I really wish I could be there with you all. It's just, I think there's been, for me, a lot of new releases by authors I previously I really like their work. A lot of the new releases have just felt like really meh, and this is another one for me. Probably my favorite one out of this read, which is a big surprise, is William by Mason Coyle. This genuinely freaked me out. I really enjoyed it. The ending shocked me. Didn't see that coming. Still, like, the cover is still like probably my favorite design out of the 4 I read. Like, I think it's like the colors are really great, and then all in all, not a bad reading vlog. I got to read horror, you know, even if I didn't love all of them, it was still a good go of it. And yeah, I think, what do I read next? Probably more horror. Me and Luke are getting to a Halloween party in a bit, and I have to get ready and put my costume on, but I'll give you a guess about who you think I am. Any guesses? I'm so excited. We're gonna go get ready to do that. Let me know, have you read any of these books? What did you think? What's the scariest book you've read recently that you think I should maybe pick up if I haven't already? I would love to know down below. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. It really helps me out and I really appreciate the support. And as always, thank you so much for clicking. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll have a new video for you soon. Bye!